All right, let's talk about something that so many of us deal with, often in silence. We're talking about debt. And this isn't going to be some boring financial lecture. This is about how you can take back control of your money in your future. So let's dive right in. I want you to let that sink in for a second. The salary that you work so hard for, the one that hits your bank account every month, it's not really yours. Why? Well, because before you even get a chance to decide what to do with it, pieces of it are already being pulled away. We're talking about those EMIs for your loans, your credit cards, all those purchases. And the crazy thing is, it happens so quietly. Month after month, what starts out feeling like a simple convenience, slowly but surely starts to feel like a cage. And that, right there, is the silent trap of debt. So, how does this actually happen to us? Understanding the mechanics of this invisible trap, well, that's the absolute first step you have to take if you want to escape it. So I want you to ask yourself this question and be really honest. Are you the one calling the shots with your money, or are your repayment schedules dictating your life, your choices, and honestly, your peace of mind? Look, nobody ever plans to get buried in debt. It's always a gradual thing, right? It just starts with one little swipe of a credit card for a new gadget, or maybe a small personal loan. Each one tacks on another EMI, and then, before you even realize what's happening, a huge chunk of your salary is just gone every single month. To win this fight, you've got to understand what you're really up against. So let's break down the two things that matter most: the different types of debt and the real cost of it all, interest. So, debt pretty much comes in two main flavors. First, you've got secured debt. This is tied to a physical thing you own, like your house or your car. The risk is crystal clear. If you can't pay, you lose that asset. Then there's unsecured debt. This isn't backed by anything tangible. Think credit cards, personal loans. And because of that, lenders hit you with much, much higher interest rates, making this one way more dangerous. And that brings us to the real villain of this story: interest. All it is the fee you pay for borrowing money. But here's the crucial part. The higher that interest rate is, the more expensive your debt gets, and the more money you're paying back on top of what you originally borrowed. Let's make this super real. Imagine you take out a loan for 1 lakh rupees. It's a nice round number. But by the time you've paid it all off, you've actually handed over 1,25,000 rupees. That extra 25,000, that's the cost of interest. It's money you worked for that just vanished, all for the privilege of borrowing. So how do you even know if you're in trouble? Well, there's one critical number that gives you a really clear picture of your financial health. It's your debt-to-income ratio, or DTI. And this is the danger zone. A DTI of 55% means over half of your income is gone before you even get to touch it. So what's a healthy range? Anything below 36%. If you're higher than that, it means you're losing your financial freedom. Your debt is calling the shots. Okay, I know that was the bad news, but here's the good news. There is a way out. So now we're going to shift from just understanding the problem to actually fixing it. Let's get to your escape plan, a clear 4-step strategy to get back in control. This strategy is called the debt avalanche. Step 1 is simple: budget. You have to know exactly where every single rupee is going. Step 2, attack. You're going to focus every spare bit of cash you can find on the debt with the highest interest rate. Step 3, avoid. You have to stop the bleeding, which means no new non-essential debt. And finally, step 4, consider consolidation. Look into combining your debts into just one single loan that has a lower interest rate. And here's exactly why you have to attack that high-interest debt first. Just look at the interest rate on a credit card. It's often double, sometimes even triple what you'd pay on a home loan. Paying this off first saves you the most money, period. It's the fastest way out of the trap. Now, it's really important to get this. Not all debt is evil. Credit cards, loans, these are just financial tools. The danger doesn't come from the tool itself, but from how we end up using it. So here's the difference. Using a credit card wisely means you pay the full balance every single month. You track all your spending. You use it for convenience. Misusing it? That's when you carry a balance month after month, only make those tiny minimum payments, and spend money just to chase reward points. That's how a simple tool becomes a crutch that can cripple you financially. And that same logic applies to debt in general. This is a critical distinction to make. Good debt actually helps you grow your net worth. Think about an education loan that helps you get a better job, or a mortgage for a home that's going to appreciate in value. Bad debt is just a burden. It's high-interest debt spent on things that lose value, draining your income for absolutely no long-term gain. We've covered the problem, the concepts, and the strategy. So now it's time. It's time to put it all together into your own personal action plan.
This is it. This is your starting line. I want you to do this today. List out every single loan and credit card you have. Write down the interest rate right next to each one. Find the most expensive one. That's your first target. Then create a strict plan to pay it down. And commit, right now, to stop adding more fuel to the fire with any new debt. The journey from feeling stressed and trapped to being in complete financial control, it starts with one single decisive action. So please, don't wait. List your debts the moment this is over. Pick one to attack. That is your first real step to freedom. Because once you've taken control of your debt, the next step isn't just about being stable, it's about growth. So in our next explainer, we're going to show you exactly how to build your very first investment portfolio. Make sure you don't miss it.